Hi, it's Stephanie Lafazanos, and I'm here reporting in on day 18 and 19 of my 100-day Tao Tantra Qigong challenge. So yesterday I didn't make a video because it was a busy day, and my practice for the day was going for a walk in nature. So it's the beginning of March, and cabin fever is, I would say, a common phenomenon in Canada around March. So I felt like my body needed to be outside, I needed to go for a walk, I needed to get fresh air, and I also needed to go and just explore, find new trails and new pathways. So the other day when I walked up the hill where I shot my video from, where you could have that really nice view, I could see down below a road where I didn't think there was a road, or where I didn't know there was a road, and certain fields, and then I saw a bridge that goes over the railway tracks. So these, of course, are neighbors' farms, and I kind of just took a walk along the sides of the fields of the farms and found the bridge, and then followed the farm fields and found roads, that tractors drive on, and ended up down on the road that I saw. So it was fun, and it was very explorational. It was explorative. It was explorative. And I felt like I was going to get in trouble because I was walking on somebody's land, and so I was a little bit scared of that. And then I was walking through the forest by myself, and I was scared that a cougar was going to jump out and grab me. And then I was walking by this rushing river, and I thought that I was going to fall in the river. It had an element of danger and risk, which I think is good for my soul. It's good for me to feel like I'm being adventurous, especially outside. And the only other creatures I saw were a bunch of geese who were, I guess they were in this valley. I basically walked down into a valley, and it was much calmer there. The wind it wasn't as windy as it was up on the top of the hill. So yeah, the geese were taking refuge in the low part, surrounded by trees. So that was great. I actually walked so far that I got my friend to come and pick me up because it would have taken me forever to walk back. And I didn't want to go back through the muddy fields because I was covered in mud. So that was my adventure for the day yesterday. And today was an interesting sort of authentic movement. I'll call it authentic movement. So for anyone who knows the practice of authentic movement, you just usually you can do it by yourself, or you can do it with other people who are just witnessing you, or who are practicing. Usually there's one person to witness you, and you just follow your body's impulses from one move to the other. And the important thing is that you're not coming from your mind. Oh, it's a great idea to do this, I'm going to do this move because I saw that on whatever yesterday in my class. You just have to follow what your body wants to do. So I set my timer for 10 minutes, and just to kind of get myself into it, and then I kept going. I set my timer for 30 minutes, and it was really cool. Oh, and then I set it for 20 minutes, and then I set it for 10 minutes. So all in all, it was an hour-long authentic movement practice, just kind of like in chunks. And I did a lot of, I noticed, it's interesting doing Qigong and movement that way, because there's no, like, I am doing this Qigong set, or I am doing yoga. It's like, no, you're just doing movement that feels good, that your body needs. And that's what I did. And so it was a combination of all kinds of things, even included some martial arts movements. And I invented my own movements, my own sequences, and I continued to repeat them, and I built on them. And I paid attention the whole time to the Tao Yin of my movement. So paying attention with awareness and finding all the movement within the movement. So Tao Yin, many people think that Tao Yin is Qigong. It is equated with Qigong, but actually it's how you're moving when you're moving. If that makes sense. So the Tao Yin in your movement is how you're moving in your movement. A really good Tao Yin, Introduction to Tao Yin class is on YouTube if you are interested in Tao Yin. And yeah, I think that's about all I want to say. And just, I'm happy that I was being inventive today. And I think that's one thing that one of the messages that kind of came through is that, like, I don't have to stick to a particular structure, something that has a name. I can combine things when I do my practice. I don't have to follow a set of sequenced moves, although I love doing that too, because I believe that there's wisdom in those sequences and those moves. But just to be inventive and to be creative. So I'm starting to notice more and more how my practice is teaching me to be creative and to be inventive, because that's been happening a lot lately. So maybe it's getting me out of, stuck ways of rigid thinking around what it is that I share with people. Maybe I can, at this point, when you've been studying Qigong for a long time, you sort of get the gist of it, and you can make up movements when you understand the principles of Qi and how Qi moves in your body. So while I was doing all these movements, I did feel like I was making up some Qigong movements, but I was also doing a lot of Qigong movements that I have done before, and I was sequencing them in different ways. So it's fun to be inventive and creative, and I'm really enjoying that. And that's kind of one of the purposes of working with your sexual energy, is it's your creative life force energy. So getting it flowing and becoming creative for your work and your life. So that's all I'd like to share today. Thanks for listening, and I'll check in tomorrow.